Very
nominations from yesteryear.
Right? Like, interesting nomination session.
Yeah. This is exactly what, I've talked about a bunch of times, how, like, I love the way this is geared, how we, like, we'll see these little moments in our timeline where we can go back and play a game that, maybe is long forgotten or long past the possibility of being played. So, yeah, I love that this is a possibility for us. But I'm curious, very curious to hear what we're going to end up deciding on, and even what we're talking about deciding on. So, I'm pretty sure I went last time. That's how we ended up on Captain Skyhawk, wasn't it? So,
yeah.
you go first this time.
Yeah, so first, Xevious. It was definitely in an ad earlier, and it's a flying game, clearly early generation game. It's near and dear to my heart. We've talked about it before. Yeah, Xevious. Second, Guerrilla War. I mean, I nominated it back when we were talking Game Pro number 2. It's still good. Like, it's on our games worth playing list. Like, I still think it has...
Have we done it? We haven't done any of those, like... Well, Contra, I guess. We did Contra. Or Super C. We did Super Contra, rather. I think that's... But I don't think we've done a single one of those vertical scrolling war shmup deals.
I feel like we did something similar.
Oh, no, Heavy Barrel. We did Heavy Barrel. We did
Heavy Barrel, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But, yeah, I mean, there's enough, and this magazine did enough.
We did Jackal, too. We did Jackal, too.
We did Jackal. That's right.
We've done like 50 of them. We just get they're all this. We can't remember. That's great.
And then third, I wasn't sure. So I originally thought Metroid, because I didn't know how long it must be. So I figured, Metroid. Let's throw it out there. But I feel like there's so many games that I could have just kind of thrown on here that I don't know. I'm kind of open. So what are your nominations, Josh?
Okay, I got Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, I thought that might get put on the list. I thought.
Still, I mean, like I already told you, it's a white whale. I think it's fucking gonna be miserable at times, but it would be really satisfying to beat. Paperboy, which I forgot to change my background the entire time, but Paperboy.
Sorry, I didn't.
What are you gonna do? Maybe I'll fix it in post. Paperboy, and that's a game, it's not a ton of stuff. It's gonna be just like a light. It's very arcadey, of course. It is an arcade port, so it's very arcadey. There's obviously not a lot of story content. It's super fun. The NES one is like, it's a little janky. I think like it's hard to even like I've played it and I like it, and it's still really really difficult to get good enough at to really, because like the goal is to get. You have to, if you miss one fucking paper, if you fuck up one house, you lose the subscriber. So to gain subscribers back, you have to get all of them correct to get one more subscriber the next day.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah, if the goal is, I mean, and maybe that's not the goal, maybe the goal is just high score and whatever. But to me, completion, I believe, is getting the entire block to subscribe. So the idea, however many houses you start with, that you have to go, I don't know how many days it would be perfectly to get all the houses subscribed. It seems impossible to me. I don't know how the hell that's possible. So, like, there's no, that's the one thing about the idea is, like, I think it would be kind of fun to play and bullshit about, but I don't know how much, like, we're just going to be talking about, like we did for Dig Dug or something, where we're just talking about, like, an arcadey little, pick a few nuanced things about it that are fun and the little mechanics and stuff that you like or you exploited or what have you. But, yeah, it doesn't have your traditional game episode thing going on with it. And then the last one is Gyrus.
Is which one?
Gyrus.
Oh, okay.
Gyrus.
Okay.
So, if we're going to do a flying shmup, fuck you, Xevious. Like, let's do Gyrus.
That is, okay.
Do you trust me enough with a flying shmup to do another one that you're not?
I don't know. I don't know. That's, that turned out to be different than thought. Yeah, I mean, with Paperboy is one of those games that clearly is imprinted in my childhood memory because of all the advertisements everywhere. You know what I mean? But I never maybe I rented it for a day or two once and maybe tried it. I can't remember. It's definitely not memorable. I just know it was every freaking where.
Yeah.
So it had a big marketing arm behind it. So
yeah, I don't even know if I ever rented it. I think it was just one of those games that like I played enough of it just at random kids' houses throughout my childhood to be familiar enough with it to have.
Dude, I wasn't even familiar with the setup. The fact that you told me how it worked, I'm like, oh, I had no clue. Like, so even if I rented it, I just was throwing papers at mailboxes and avoiding stuff. Like I had no grasp of the actual point. So I guess I'd definitely be interested, even though I would have never thought. I kind of skimmed past that one. I'm like, oh, it's Paperboy. But kind of hearing the setup, I'm like, all right, it has enough of a draw of competition, like how good can I get at this to where I could potentially do that.
And it is 2 players. I think we could fire it up. I mean, it's obviously not co-op, but we could fire it up and do some quasi head-to-head stuff with it too. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Gyrus. Yeah, I mean, Ninja Gaiden, I don't know, man. I don't know if the next month is the time to do Ninja Gaiden.
Right, yeah, and that's kind of my thing too. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna have any fucking time to do that for sure. But, I mean, once I get to these, once I get these things, fucking, I don't have anything like to do on my like Oculus. Like, I have no. I still have that survival horror game, but I don't know if I'll ever fucking get anywhere, and it's just too exhausting of an experience. So like I keep thinking about doing it, and then like I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna play fucking Walkabout instead. Yeah.
Dude, speaking of which, I should have brought it up during our games with playing. So Jesse told me, have you played Until You Fall on the Oculus?
I've heard of it. Yeah, it's a shooter.
He said he was just like, that is the game. Like he played it all the way through, beat it, and he was like, I just finished it. He's like, play it. So
I'm pretty sure.
Check out.
I think I was actually in my in the league with the Walkabout League a night or two ago, and 2 nights ago I guess it was, and one of the guys on there was talking about it as well. But yeah, I mean it's a shooter. I know I'm not gonna fucking.
What? It looked like a battle, like you're kind of like getting weapons and like fighting against enemies.
Is it? Oh, I thought I assumed
like, yeah, it did not look like a shooter to me.
But I mean, a melee shooter is what you're saying, though. It's still a first person, an FPS, kind of thing. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. Either way, I could be persuaded to do Paperboy or Gyrus. I think for sure. Right now, I'd be open to either or.
Guerrilla Wars,
which are both odd selections to me, but I would also be down.
Did we put Guerrilla War on the list on the shit worth playing list?
Oh, I definitely did. Because I was looking around. Because I was like, did we? I definitely did research on this first. Because I was like, haven't we played this before? So I remember nominating it. And I saw it on the list. It's definitely on the list. But we definitely have not.
Does it have co-op?
Let's pull the list back up here. Because that I do not recall.
Seems like a game that certainly should. But... should and do are two different things on Nintendo.
Guerrilla War 1 to 2 players.
So you can play 2. So you guess it was at the same time.
There's definitely a 2-player action going on here. I don't know how it is clearly, but
at the same time though.
That I don't know.
YouTube.
It would make sense. I feel like this is the type of game
Guerrilla
that you just
War,
do.
NES,
you know,
co-op. Dun, dun, dun. That's only 1 player. 2 players. Yep, co-op. That's interesting.
So that, I mean, that aspect adds to the interest factor.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
I think Gyrus is so different that I think which I think could be saying the exact same thing I said about Captain Skyhawk. It can't be as bad. It's got to be better than Captain Skyhawk, though, right? It's got to be. This is one I feel like people talk about too, though. Captain Skyhawk. Like when I saw Captain Skyhawk in that issue of Nintendo Power, I was like, I've never even fucking heard of this before. You know, so that came out of nowhere. So that was kind of like a little bit of that was just like, holy shit, where did this come from? Gyrus's game, I've like that's a game. It's fucking Konami, isn't it? Who's the manufacturer on that?
Let's get back to the G's.
Yes. Gonna have a lot of
Ultra Software.
So yeah, it's Konami. It's fucking Konami show. So yeah, I mean, it's Konami, dude. It's gotta be good. It's gotta be fucking good. 36 levels is a lot, but maybe they're fast.
This kind of reminds me. I don't know why this gives me like asteroid vibes, because I think there are levels where it kind of like asteroids kind of come at you like that. Like obviously it's different. It's a different kind of thing, and your ship is
like,
movement.
And like a modern one, you mean? A modern version of asteroids? The old
Kind
version of asteroids,
like
is,
it just
is
gives me vibes of that.
Okay.
Like not, I know your ship moves different and everything. It just kind of reminds me, which I find memories of asteroids. So
yeah, so do I. Asteroids is a good game for sure. Okay. Well, yeah, I think I'm leaning towards. I think given our status in life right now and the dependability of fun, I think out of all the ones we've selected, I think Gyruss has the biggest potential for being enjoyably engaging.
All right, I'm down. It's flying ships, so let's
Crazy.
go.
2 times in a row. Unreal. Okay.
Who knew?
All right, yeah, who fucking knew? All right, so we're gonna play that next.